Okay, so today I'm going to go ahead and do the balloon project that has been posted on the Google Classroom. So just to, make it feel like what you're going through, I've gone ahead and I'm just going to go ahead and open up this here now. And here's the classroom, and this will be what we're working in. So right now you're going to be working with just this balloon, but you'll need this information here. This will help you follow. It's only 10 steps. And the first one is to save the balloon and then open it. And then the last one is to save your balloon with your name on it. So, excuse me. So it's not that tricky, really. So we're going to take, here's the balloon. Let's go ahead like this. Now remember, you're going to need to download the balloon so you can open it up in Photopia. So you need to click here and choose Open in New Window. Alrighty, so here's the file. And now that it's in its own window, I can download it like so. And you're going to want to place it somewhere where you can find it. And I've made a graphic design 1 block 1 folder. Hopefully you have one. And I'm going to go ahead and add my name to the file like that. Oops. There. Yeah, I'll put a 3 up there because I've done this a couple of times. Right? So here, hit save. And now it's downloading. And on my Mac, you can see it downloading up here. You can see this little thing up here. That usually tells you where it's gone. So now it's in my download, so I can find it later. So we click right here. Right, there it is. See, show all downloads. Go right to that file. See? So it's right there in my download folder, so I can find it there easy enough. So now I'm going to go ahead and open up another page here so I can go to Photopia. So I'll just go ahead and type in photopiahere.com, just like that, and open it up. And now just to recall, you have your panels over here. This is your history panel that record everything that you do. So if you make a mistake, you can go back, and you can go back several steps, I think up to as many as 30. And here's your layers panel, and you'll have a picture in here when we get the file. So let's go ahead and open that file. File open, and I will go right to my downloads. Here's my download folder right here, and I can find that file. Now, okay, I can't find it now. Okay, I know where it is though. I have another one, so I'll find it. There it is. So here's my balloon picture. I'm going to open it. Okay, so let me first click here with my control key over the right click and make sure we don't have to rasterize that. Now that's all set. So this file will work fine. And now, to follow the instructions, it's quite easy. So we just opened it. It's quite easy. We're going to increase the size, 8 inches by 10 inches. So whatever the size is right now, we're going to make it 8 by 10. And as you can see, you can type Alt-Control-C if you want to. Actually, I'm not really sure if that really is true. Let me check that. Was that Alt-Control and C? No, that wasn't it. Okay, canvas size. Yeah, Alt-Control-C. What did I do wrong? Oh, I see what I did wrong. I typed it wrong. So it's Alt-Control-C. There it is. Canvas size. But here, you don't need to know that. If you click here, canvas size is right underneath the image. Alt-Control-C. Change this first to inches when you change it to the size, 8 by 10. Now, I didn't say 8 wide by 10 high, but generally speaking, 8, whatever's the first number is the width. So if I say it's 5 by 7, then 5 is the width and 7 is the height. So whatever's first is the width. So there's my whole new page. Great. Now, next thing is to take this quick selection tool to remove the blue balloon without the shadow, or to select the blue balloon. So here's my blue balloon. So it's the background layer. So I'm going to take the quick selection tool. Notice the keystroke is W. So if you type W, it would go right to that. That's the one we want right here. It's the quick selection tool. We've been using all of these tools all week. This is the first time we've used this set. We've used the magic, oh, we did use the magic wand, but this time, first time we're using the quick selection tool. It's actually the best and easiest tool to use. So click on it and watch. First, before I select, let me tell you, see how it's a circle right there? That circle is controlled by this panel up here. Here's the size. I can make it a bigger circle or a smaller circle. And you can make, now I'm calling it a circle because it looks like a circle to you, but they refer to this as a brush. And you can have hard edge brushes like this one, or you can have soft edge brushes like this one. And there's actually all types of other types of brushes that you can use. So we're going to use a solid, hard brush to select. If I click here to close it, now clicking here at the top, if I click and drag it down just a slight bit, or even, I don't really even have to, if I just click it, it selects the whole balloon, because what it's doing is it's selecting, like the magic wand tool, it's selecting by color or by tone, and it's stopping when it sees a different color. So that's why it stopped at the white edges. So now it's telling us, the instructions say to type Control J to copy the layer. That's another keystroke, a keystroke shortcut that you should use, or that you should try to remember, because Control J makes it very easy to make a new layer. Oops. So watch on the layers panel as I type Control J. Oh wait, before I type it, let's do it this way. Here's layer. Here's duplicate layer. There's Control J. Now, I would have told you to do this, except that when you do it, and this is particular to Photopea or Photopea. Doesn't work this way in Photoshop. But you see now I have two layers, and here I'll turn out the background layer. You can see this new layer is identical to the background layer. Here's the background layer. Here's the new layer. You can see that they're identical. So I'm going to take this one, throw it in this trash can way down at the bottom of the layers panel. That's the trash can that deletes that layer. Next to it, you can make a new layer. Well, let me turn this back on. This is my visibility eyeball. Okay, so I can see that image now. So instead of doing duplicate layer like that, we're going to type it this time. Control J or Command J if you're on a Mac. There. Now look at my layers panel. Now, I'll turn off the visibility to the background, and you can see that that new layer has just what I selected in it. So that's a pretty easy way of doing that. So there, now I'm going to keep this. I'm going to take this as my blue balloon here. I'm going to take this and call this blue. So you just double click right on the words and call it blue. That's my blue balloon. I'm not going to use the background layer. I'm going to just leave that closed, turned off for completely. And now I'm going to make a copy. Now, you can come now here and do Control J or duplicate layer. It will indeed copy that blue layer just the way you see it. I'll turn this one off. See, it's like, let me turn it back on. I have two balloons. See, top one, this one here, covers up that one, see, so you can't see it. So let me double click this, and I'm going to call this red balloon, because I make that balloon red now. And how do I do that? Well, here's that one right there. Go up here, go to image. Oh, yeah, let's look at the instructions here. It says it right here. Now we're going to use hue saturation to make a red balloon. Now, hue means color. Saturation means adding color or subtracting color. Control U is your keystroke. Let me show you where it is on over here. Image, adjustments, and here's hue saturation. You can see the keystroke shortcut is right next to it, Control U. I'll click it for here. All right, so now Interesting thing is these often come blocking the picture. Sometimes you have to move them over. I'm going to move it over here so you can see. Now, what we're doing is we're using the hue and saturation. We're colorizing the pixels. So here's the word colorize. You need to click on that first. And now, because I have this red balloon selection, this red balloon layer selected, it's that layer that has become desaturated, because look at the word saturation is at 0. There's no color, there's no saturation. To get some saturation, I'm going to pull this up. I'll just stop right here, just enough so you can see the color. Now, it just so happens that the hue is at 0 here for red. If I add more, I can get it really bright red. I don't want it too red. I'm going to back it off a little bit, maybe 75, 70, something like that. Now watch. If I move the hue, that will change the color as well. Here's a green one, blue one. You see, you might have to change the amount of the saturation depending on the color. But for red, about 60 to 70 looks pretty good. There. Now I got 2 balloons. Now let's make another one. Now I told you could do Control J. You could do duplicate layer here, or you can take this, drag it down right over that new layer button, and it makes a copy, see? Not the trash can. This one right here. This is the new layer. It's supposed to be like a little layer that you can flip up, if you will. So here's a copy of my red one. And once again, it's blocking the other red one because it comes right on top of it. Let's double click this one and I'll call this one green. This will be my green one now. Oh, we want green. Okay, so making this green, Control U. Let's see if that, or Command U if you're on a Mac. Control U. There it is. All right, let's give it some saturation. No, we don't have to do that because, sorry, no, let's just go ahead. Oh, that's too much saturation. Oh, you know what? I'm making a mistake. I'm not coloring the pixels right now. I'm coloring my channels when I'm doing that, and that's a mistake. Let me reset that. I want to colorize it. So don't forget to hit colorize. There. Now I'll add some saturation, and now I'll find green. That looks like a pretty good green color right there. Let's adjust some of this saturation. I want to match the saturation, make it look like the same as the other balloon. So that looks pretty good. Voila. Now I got myself a nice group of balloons here. Oh, by the way, I'm on auto select. If I turn this off, you see, it will only move the balloon. I have my move tool. It'll only move the balloon that I'm on. So if I'm trying, if I click on the blue one here, it grabs the green one. So remember that. If you turn that on, then whatever picture you lay on, it chooses that layer, and you can go ahead and adjust it. So let me go back to the instructions here. Now you're supposed to do this and give me 8 differently colored balloons. I think you could do that. And then using free transform, you're going to gather the balloons together like a big bunch of balloons. Then you're going to add a background. Put your balloons in a picture. All right, so let's go over back to Photopia. That's how you pronounce that, I'm sure. I'm not going to make all 8 balloons. I'm going to stop right here. So pretend I have 8 balloons. Let me go ahead and, if I hold down that green, if I make the green one active, the green layer active, and I hold the shift key, and I click this blue one, it'll select all 3 of these. I don't want the background. But see, when I select all 3 of them, now it all acts like it's one image. I can even do a free transform, and I can make these balloons smaller. If I hold the shift key, make sure you hold the shift key so you don't stretch them like that. So just, I'm gonna make these a little smaller, like that. I could rotate the group, or if I wanted to, I can rotate them individually. Do a free transform, Shift or Alt Control T, and I can pull that in like this. Hit that like this. Let me take the green one. I'll do Alt Control T, free transform. Right in like this. Yeah. Beautiful, just like that. Now, like I said, I'll have more here. I'll just make a copy of this. I'll select all of my layers here, and I'll do Control J. and it makes another copy here like this. So like I said, though, you guys, you're gonna want to have more balloons than I have. You're gonna have more different colors, obviously. Now, let's say I wanted to make this green one, or put this blue one in front of the green one. So I'm take the blue layer, drag it up here. See, now it's in front of that one. So I can do that. So where you move these, what position they are in the layers panel puts them in different positions. Okay. So once you get them all gathered up like this, now you can go onto the internet and get a picture to put on your design. So click right here on the internet, and let's see. Actually, I actually have a picture here on the internet. That's what I want to do. I was going to say I have another picture of my own, but you see, I'm always looking at something. I'll take this county fair picture. I was already looking at some pictures earlier. And I'm just going to find a nice photograph. How about this one? That looks nice. That's a nice fair. And so you're going to right click it to copy it, and you're going to copy image like this. Okay, so it's just right clicking or control click on a Mac. Okay, good. And now let's go back here. So I might just move this out of the way. And now I can paste that image. Go to edit and paste isn't on. I can't give it a second here. I know it's going to come here. So I'm going to go ahead and put that picture. And right now I have the green copy selected. So when I bring in that picture, didn't I copy it? Let me do that again. I did Control V. I don't know why it wasn't showing up. I did Control V. So remember that one too. Control C for copy, Control V for paste. Not Control P, Control V. Here's my picture. Now, it doesn't fit completely. I can move into different areas if I want to. Put it right here. And now, where are my balloons? Well, my balloons are all underneath my picture. So let me just take the photo and drag it down, and I'll put it behind, under the blue one, you see? There, I'm under my blue picture, not the background. The background's still off. And now, let's take all of these. I'll shift click again, put them up here. Let me, I goofed. Let me do a free transform. Yeah, put this right up in here like this, way up in the sky. That's it. Maybe. There we go. And if you want to take a couple of seconds, maybe find a pencil tool or something. That's the pen tool. Let's see. Do I have a pencil tool here somewhere? Here we go. Pencil tool. And I'll just I'll just draw it on this layer. It looks like a big brush. Let's make it smaller than that. There we go. Pretty decent, huh? All righty. Well, let me add my name down here at the bottom. You find some place to put your name in your picture, whatever your picture happens to be. So that's it. That's the project. So I hope you guys enjoyed it.